Robo. Execute Order 66.
It shall be done.
Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. I don't know what this is. This is just me taking a look at some third-party Star Wars items that I've picked up. Not recently. Some of this stuff is old. Some of this stuff came today. I'm just going to take a quick look at it, see what's cool. Well, it's all cool, really, when you get down to it. But yeah, some interesting stuff that fits in with my 6-inch scale collection. Now, as I'm going through everything, I may forget where I got something here or there, but there will be links in the description. And now that I've set this up and I'm about to go into it, I realize I'm pretty much ripping off Dan in the photo booth. Only way less interesting. If you haven't checked out Toy Galaxy yet, go over and check that out, preferably after you watch this one. You know I'll be right back to my own format after this. This is just how this works out. First up, the GTP Toys Space Walls 1/12 radial panels. I've been a big proponent of space walls for a long time. GTP puts out a nice product. It's durable. You just set it up, you take the pictures, you go, or you put it in your display, leave it, you're good. They've done the space walls themselves. They've done a couple of light panels. They've done the doorway, and now here's the radial panels. Now these just add so much to your sets that you already have. One, it's not just a flat panel anymore. It has a curve to it. You can see all the nice sculpting in it. It's nice and sharp, detailed. Look in the back, there's these spine pieces that makes it structurally sound. It makes it a lot more durable. You can't squeeze these shut. They got the Space Walls logo in there with their website on the bottom. They have their logo. I like that. It's not in the way. When you have it set up, you can't see it, which there's nothing wrong with seeing the logo, but it also tells you which side's bottom, because several times I went to set it up and it's upside down. Now included with these are several of these clips, and I love these damn things. The original Space Wall set came with decals. They didn't work that great, and then they came right after and started including these clips, and these are just amazing to set up the walls. Now it took me going to the website to figure out how to do this. I thought you set up the wall and then you just put these in front of it, but I couldn't figure out what the hell those were for. I'm slow, okay? It takes me a minute to catch on to things. What you essentially do is you butt it up to the radial panel. You put the clip on, you put the clip on, straighten them out a little bit, and there you go. Now another good thing about these, if you have the original Space Wall set, or if you have just a bunch of panels, you know clipping them together and then trying to get them to stand is kind of a pain in the ass. It's not their fault, it's just a very thin thing that you have to balance all the way down. It's just how it is. With the radial panels, it pretty much works as a kickstand and they will not fall over. You can run several, you can run a few, and they won't go anywhere. See, I just put it upside down again. Also with this, you can either butt them together and then bring in another wall and put it on this side. I never know if I have this one upside down or not. Oh, it's the same both ways. See, told you, slow. Or you can spread out the two panels, put a piece in between. And that's the greatness of these things. You can set them up however you want to, do whatever the hell you want. You can spread them out, make a long wall, make a short wall, make just a background for what you're shooting for. You can put the door in front of it. You can have a hallway, whatever you want to do. I can't say enough good things about these. Now, some people gripe about the price, but this is just a couple of guys making these overseas. They're doing all the sculpting. It's not huge runs. So yeah, the price may be up there a little bit, but completely worth it. Now these come as a pair. You get two of them and it runs you about $40 right now. I think there's a sale going on. Next up, this very nice Hologram Emperor. If you've bought anything from Old J Jaw Customs before, you know that it's going to be a quality product. He's put out holograms for Obi-Wan, for old Anakin, you know, the right Anakin from the end of Return of the Jedi, and then a hologram Yoda. And to get a hologram Emperor to match all of those is freaking fantastic. To make it even more fantastic, you can see that it's a translucent material. It's kind of clear. To add to that, he includes this LED light with a mirror on top. It looks just like a podium base. Like I said, there's a mirror on top. You can, and the LED in it is very bright. So you put the Emperor on the base and it lights up. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting, but here's some pictures. it's a very nice light to it. I mean, it makes the whole thing glow. It travels up to the head. It's not just light down at the bottom of the robes. It goes all the way through the figure. And if for some reason you want to light up Obi-Wan, he works on here, so does Anakin, so does Yoda. I can imagine putting this under a snow base, kind of covering the LED for the most part, and putting Obi-Wan on it, you know, if you want to do that. This will look cool with Vader kneeling down in front of it, or, you know, Darth Maul or somebody. I don't remember a lot of instances in the movies where he's full-size hologram, but me and my son have been having a hell of a time playing with this, you know, as our own Hologram Emperor. So on top of using it in your display, you can also use it, you know, for cosplay, for whatever you want to use it for. Again, it's up to you. Now, these aren't really third-party items. This is pretty much just custom paint jobs from a buddy on Instagram. But you know how often I gripe about not having time to paint up my own model kits, my own customs. Well, hell, work on customs whatsoever. So he offered to paint up some model kits for me, and here you go. And I love them. I mean, I couldn't have asked for better. I mean, I couldn't have done this good a job on these. And quick, he knocked them out in a night or two. It would take me months to finish up a paint job like this. But this is just to give you an idea for the Bandai model kits of what you can do with a little bit of paint, a little bit of spray, and then putting them together. I have two droids that can go with the Empire now. I have the green droid. I always dug that one. And then the yellow one was kind of a surprise. I said, hey, do whatever the hell you want, man. And so I got the yellow and red R5 unit back. And lo and behold, I got Battlefront 2, was playing through, I can't remember what, it was on Tatooine, I think. And this droid comes rolling across. That's if that's not fate, I don't know what is. But he's Greedo737 on Instagram. I don't think he does commissions, but go check out his other droid repaints. Everyone he's done is fantastic. Next up, here is a 3D printed kit from Shapeways of a 6-inch Darth Talon. It's sculpted by Stranger Than Fiction. He posts on the Fwoosh forums. He's been doing so for a while, and I've always wanted to try this kit out, and then I finally pulled the trigger. I thought, you know what? To hell with it, I'm going to give it a shot. And that's why I missed the video yesterday. This was lost at the post office for a little while. I got it this morning, threw it together. It's kind of rough. In fact, that's one of the things I want to point out. If you look really close at it, you can see there's a dust on top of it. It's going to need some cleaning up. I figure this is going to be a custom chore for me over the next several months. It's going to take a while, you know, spare time, blah, blah, blah. But I eventually want to get this cleaned up, get it painted. But as far as action figure, this is pretty damn good for being 3D printed. There's a dumbbell joint in the neck. You can get up and down. You can, of course, swivel. You can get nice tilt there. There's a hinge at the shoulder, comes up, and then that swivels around. There's a swivel at the bicep. Hinge at the elbow comes up to about right there, but there's a lot of wrap, a lot of armor going on right there, so it does get in the way. Just a swivel at the wrist. There's a dumbbell joint in the torso. Ball joint going out to the hip, goes up, goes back, goes out. There's a very nicely hidden swivel right there at this band across the top of the armor. Single knee comes up to about right there, and then just a hinge at the ankle to go back and forward. There's no tilt there, which kind of sucks, but you know what? This is very interesting that you can just order parts and pieces because he sells the head separate. He sells separate bodies, different bodies, just, you know, made to order. I feel like there's a future to this once they get, you know, it really super smooth. Now, I ordered it in red thinking, you know, Darth Talon's red, I'll just put the black on top of it. But I found out later that once you do it in color, it's a little bit rougher. He suggests just going with the polished white. I don't like to read stuff before I order. I just see a pretty figure and I go, want it, order it, and then I learn from my mistakes later. So very interesting piece, especially, you know, 60 bucks shipped. And then we have this Wicket the Ewok Kit. I was going through Facebook one day and I came across Outer Rim Traders. He has a page on Facebook. He does a lot of kits like this, droids, custom heads, but he showed Wicket and I could not resist. Damn it. I didn't know deep down inside I needed Ewoks this bad. I had to go for it. I had to give it a try. It's another one of those things that I was interested in the actual process almost as much as the final product. You have the torso with the legs attached, with the feet attached to that. You have the arms, and then you have the head. Now, it looks like there's articulation, but it's actually faked. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Usually when I paint something or put something together, I'm okay with it not moving. But it looks like it could move. Again, I'm good with that. But I did actually do a little work that can't be seen. You can see that the head is on a pin joint. With the hood and everything, it doesn't get a lot of movement, and I kind of drilled it crooked. That's why he's kind of cocked to the side. But if I need to move it, I can. And I also did the same for the arms. Put pins, drilled holes. If I want to reposition later, I can put the arms up if I really want to. So I didn't get crazy with it. I didn't put hinges and everything, and the legs are still solid pieces, but he's just going to be standing there until we get either, you know, an official Ewok or whatever happens there. You can see that his toe's missing right there, but I'll never notice. It'll be up on the shelf. It'll be looking cool. It'll be an Ewok, and I'll be happy. Now, it does look a little odd. It looks a little bit toyetic, and it's the shoulders. I could have drilled out to sink these in further to give them kind of that Wicket silhouette. There's not this hump to the shoulders, but I didn't. This is good, but you know I'll be buying the Black Series Ewoks if and when they ever come out with those. But this will definitely do for now. Over to another custom head. I got this Sacy 10 head from Casting Cave, and I have to say those guys do tremendous work over there. I have never gotten a bad cast from those guys, and this is no different. I did a little bit of cleanup on the top, and then of course I had to drill out the socket for the neck, but other than that, everything was nice and clean. I spent a couple hours throwing this paint job on it. I am so rusty at eyes. Do not look at that. Look away. Don't judge me. But I'm pretty happy with the skin tones, the sheen of the horns. I like the shading that I did on it. I'm talking about my own work. Like, but it came out better than I thought it would. And that all goes back to having a nice clean base to work off of. Now, I drilled it out for the Qui-Gon body before actually looking at what Sacy 10 wears. And he wears more of a long robe down to the bottom. So this may not be the body that I use this on, but it looks good right now. I think of him as a taller Jedi, so Qui-Gon works. And I liked it so much I had to do it twice. You can see the differences in quality. This one's going to be mine. This one will go to Veeb's. But also from the Casting Cave, they made me do something that I never thought I would do, and that would be replacing a Figure Arts head. When I got my SH Figure Arts A New Hope Han Solo, I realized that the head that came with mine, the eyes were kind of funky. It looked like he had cataracts, kind of. There was a glaze over it. They weren't as prominent as they probably should be. Fast forward to recently, and Casting Cave kept putting this head up, and finally Veeb's got one and showed it to me, and he was amazed, and I thought, I don't need to replace my Figure Arts head. You can't beat that. But me being the sucker I am, I went ahead and ordered one. Got it in several weeks ago, and you know, compared it. There's something off about just holding a head beside the head that's on the body, because it's a completely different ball game when you actually put the head on the body. Even holding it right there, I thought, yeah, I don't know. Once I got it on the body though, holy shit. Pictures do not do this head any justice. You have to look at it in person to get the full effect. Now, I will admit, it does kind of look like a slightly older Harrison Ford, maybe Indiana Jones, maybe Return of the Jedi, but it's the closest Harrison Ford head I've seen in a long, if ever, you know? He just has one of those faces that is hard to nail. But I don't know where Casting Cave got the base sculpt for this, if they did it, or if they found something and then put this freaking amazing paint job on top of it. It totally works. It completely changed the figure for me. It went from kind of a nondescript, I can't even describe the look on the original Figure Arts Han head. But this one, it's got just kind of a slight grin to it, kind of a cocky grin to it. The eyebrows are down. I don't know. It works. That's the best I can articulate this. It works. And it even comes with an SH Figure Arts ball joint already in the head. You have to kind of heat the original head to get it out of the neck, but once you do, this just pops into that, and it just works. You don't get quite as much range, but you know what? It's Han. It just looks damn good. So there you go. A not so quick look at some of the third-party stuff I've gotten for my 1/12 scale Star Wars collection. Like I said, all the links will be in the description. Give these guys, you know, at least a gander. Go look at their stuff. It's totally worth it. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.